This is Pine Leaf Needle's Skirmish from Middle-earth. It is now time for part 2 of the Hobbit Prologue. Lobelia Sackville Baggins has decided to send us to Scary. Yes, I know, an ironic name for a village to be sent from Lobelia Sackville Baggins. Let us mount up and continue on our way. There are two possible routes we could take to get over to Scary. One is to head south, past Frogmorton, and the other one is to go up through Overhill. As you can see, we are going up to Overhill, then we'll go through Brockingborings, and then into Scary. My original plan was to do several side quests in order to reach this spot. Yet, as things turned out, I managed to get to level 11 just by crafting. Now personally, I don't recommend doing large number of levels through crafting for one very important reason. Crafting tends to cost money, while questing tends to earn money. And while at later levels, the money probably doesn't mean much, but at this level, things are rather low. I barely have 10 silver, and there's still one more skill I want that I haven't trained yet. And after that, I still need to then start the next tier of crafting. This is why so many people prefer explorers rather than yeomen. But I like the consumables gained by yeomen, and in the long term, I find that more useful. And here we are at Brockingborings. Which is most noted for the statue. Let's see where the statue is. Let me tag the
Hello.
stable master, and then let's see if I could find the statue. Ah, there it is. Yes, the famous invention of the game of golf by none other than Bull Roarer Took. Now let's go to Scary. Now if you remember, we're to find Willcome Tunnelly, who's outside the quarry in Scary. And apparently there have been some rumors of goblins being seen in the Shire. And this is an appropriate place to be looking for goblins, considering that this is where the great statue of Bull Roarer was placed. Alright.
Is there something I can do for you?
Lobelia Sackville Baggins has heard tell of goblins in these parts. There have been a few sightings, it's true. My sister is convinced that she saw, well, it's embarrassing. I suppose I can trust you, though.
Can I take a moment of your time?
My sister Pansy is a good sort, but she can be rather excitable. When she gets an idea in her head, it stays there, no matter how silly it may be. And before you know it, she's convinced half the Shire that it's true. She saw something out on the green fields the other day, and she thinks, well, maybe you'd better talk to her about it. Folk have seen goblins on the edges of the Shire, but this? Try and talk some sense into her for me, will you? You'll find her wandering around the town square here in Scary, stirring the folk. I shouldn't wonder. All right, let's talk to Pansy. Ah, here she is.
What do you need?
Hello there. There's something terrible happening in the Shire, and you need to do something about it before it's too late. I was walking on the green fields looking for flowers when I saw a squat little man off in the distance. He was carrying a spear, and believe me when I tell you that he was a goblin. All of a sudden he dropped to the ground, and it looked to me like he was reaching into a hole of some kind. A rabbit hole, most likely. I was so scared I ran back here and told my brother what I saw. But I don't think he believed me. The green fields are to the northwest of here. Maybe you ought to look in those rabbit holes yourself. Don't know what it's been looking for, but it can't be good for the Shire. All right. I suppose we could go and check a rabbit hole. And into the green fields. Now, the most likely thing you are going to find in a rabbit hole is most likely a rabbit, or a coney, or maybe a hare, or something of that sort. Speaking of conies, hello there. I don't think he wants me to invite him for dinner. Especially when I'm getting to the level where I could start making coney pies. Alright, let's see. There's a rabbit hole around here somewhere. Ah, here's one. I found a pointy rock! Ooh, goody! Alright, I guess you could find a couple of rocks inside of a rabbit hole. I mean, there are occasionally little stones and chips that come up through the ground over the years. Well, I suppose it could be a rabbit tooth. No, probably a bit large for a rabbit tooth. Here we go.
Is there something I can do for you?
You found this inside a rabbit hole in the green fields? This is a goblin tooth. I don't know how she knows what a goblin tooth looks like. This confirms my suspicions, Pineleaf. It was a goblin I saw the other day, and not just any goblin, but old Gothfimble himself. You haven't put it together yet, Founder? A long, long time ago, the Goblin King Gothfimble tried to invade the Shire, but he was defeated by Banbur's Took, the mighty Borrower. In one swing, Borrower knocked off Gimfimble's head, and it went flying through the air and landed in a rabbit hole. Gothfimble is back, and he's searching all the rabbit holes in the green fields for his missing head. This is terrible! You'd best bring the Goblin Tooth to the Bounder Primstone at the Watch House in Brockingborings, to the west of Scary. Hurry, Pineleaf! Now, don't ask me how a goblin with a head is going to be in search for his head, but that's a minor detail. Alright, another level 11 quest. Anyway, I'm sure that Bounder Primstone shouldn't be too much of a problem to handle. Alright, now let's find this little watch house. No, that's not it. Alright. Ah, in the center of town. Where else would you put a watch house? Ah, here we go.
Oh, good day.
Why are you giving me this pointy stone? What? A goblin tooth? Is this a joke? Pansy Tunnelly thinks that Gothimble is wandering through the green fields, searching into rabbit holes in search of his missing head? You'd think she would have mentioned whether the goblins she saw in the green fields didn't have a head to begin with, wouldn't you? It does seem like a rather important detail. No, I'm sure her eyes were just playing a trick on her. Gothimble is long dead, and we've got no business upsetting people with talk that he's come back. Okay, what do we got here? I can get a shirt with some agility on it. That never hurts. And some shoes, also with some agility on it. Well, I get a lot more armor with the shirt, so I'll go with
Might I
that.
speak with you a moment?
And I'll also use this gift Matham I got a little while back. The Aid of Hauros. We've been under a lot of pressure lately from folk in Brockenborings and the nearby villages complaining that Mayor Whitfoot hasn't done more to deal with the problems in the Shire. Maybe we should make absolutely sure that Miss Tunnelly's goblin is a figment of her imagination. There's a hunter of some kind who camps into the green fields. His name is Hauros, and for one of the big folk, he seems to be a decent enough fellow. Show him that pointy stone of yours, and ask him what he makes of it. To find his camp, follow the wall east, la 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 la. He might know what that stone really is. All right. Now that's a level 12 quest, but let's go for it anyway. Let's follow the wall and avoid hobbits jumping the wall. Ah! Looky here, a ranger.
What do you need?
What is this? A goblin tooth? It is a pleasure to meet you, Pineleaf, but I must confess that I have already come across goblins in the Shire, which might explain these bodies here. This was just a scouting party, but there is sure to be a larger camp of the creatures somewhere nearby. We must deal with this threat before the goblins rally their courage to attack the nearby towns. Yes, we gotta agree with that.
What can I do for you?
So now, I gotta defeat goblins. Now this is a level 12 quest. I'm level 11. So I might as well pick up a couple of side quests before heading off to fight all these goblins. And the ideal place is the Brockenborings. Ooh, a skirmish camp. I know. Being Pineleaf.
Please, stay a
Defeat
moment.
spear-wielding goblins. Well, never hurts to double dip a little bit with quests. Well, I guess that'll be enough for now. So let's go find some goblins. Now usually I go to the camp to the northeast, but this time I think I'll head to the other camp. I don't want my pony to get killed by goblin spears. Ah, speaking of spears, and I just got ambush. So let's see how that works. A favorite skill to any warden. And I'm picking up a ton of deeds. Alright. 3 down. And lots more to go. Oh, you're not? There we go. Goblins are falling left and right. Though I need to find a few more Oh, he broke my ambush. Alright. Got rid of that horn since I can no longer use it. Oh, there's a hurler. Now, goblins are annoying because they like to run away. Which is one of the good things about javelins. And the other annoying thing is they seem to sneak up on you when you're in the middle of a fight. And the nets. Let's just say they're generally annoying. Alright. Time for a biscuit. Now, Anding will probably have tried this one at level 8 instead. See, I tend to be a little bit more of a cautious sort. Well, that's 10 goblins. I just need 2 more that hurl spears. Alright. Do either of these 2 hurl spears? Nope. Ah, here's a hurler. There we go. As soon as this net gets off of me, now I can get away. I might have to kill 1 or 2 more goblins on the way out, but it'll be a little bit extra experience and perhaps a little bit more coin too. And I am sure that a little bit more money to trade